the Wordzone thing now.
No, Wordzone is Olalale. I'm using their Zoom
I
because
think we are live, though.
okay. We are live. Woo-hoo-hoo. Welcome, 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 my people. Okay, let me see. You can release here. Okay. So we are now live on YouTube. Hi, Kemi. Welcome.
Hello, Tooks.
Woo!
How are you? I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited as well. Oh my God, I've not seen you in years.
I'm telling you. How many years has it been?
Wow.
20 something? Or
Over
even
20.
30? 30. Close to
Wow.
that.
Wow.
We bless God.
Good to see you, Kemi.
Same here. Same here.
It's such an amazing opportunity to have you grace this platform.
I'm honored. That's just the
Wow.
word.
Thank you
I'm
so
honored.
much.
I'm honored to be here.
And guys, this is Wordzone. For anyone who is watching us for the first time, this is Wordzone. And Wordzone is close to a year now. I started Wordzone in April, but it was on Instagram. So this is the first time we are coming on live on YouTube. And I'm really excited to have
Hallelujah.
this.
Yes.
I'm really
It's an honor
excited.
to be the
Yes.
first one live on
Yeah.
YouTube. Ooh.
I intentionally wanted someone who, who I have a history with to grace this first episode on YouTube.
I'm honored all the way. I mean, thank you so much.
God, thank God. Thank you so much for saying yes. You would have said no, but you said yes, even in this busy time. And for those who are joining us for the first time, if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, Authentic with Ola Olale, please go ahead and subscribe. Press the notification bell so that I don't know if it's press they say, but whatever they say, just click on that notification bell so that you can get notified. Yeah. Whenever I post any video. And Wordzone is every Sunday at 7 p.m. I have Kemi Olatunde here. She's an amazing, amazing woman. She's someone that I've known Kemi since primary school.
Yes.
I've known her since primary school. We went to the same primary school, the same secondary school, and Kemi has always been a leader. She was my head girl in secondary school.
Memories.
she was a head girl in secondary school, even though we're always falling out. In primary school, we're so close. In secondary school, we started falling out because me, I was just not.
You were a leader as well, so you can imagine we had similar traits.
Yes, no.
Oh.
And I was leading a set that. So
we give God the glory. Beautiful memories.
Oh, thank God, thank God. So, Kemi,
true.
this is how we start Wordzone. We start with you telling us who Kemi Olatunde is. Please, guys, I might make a mistake by calling her by her maiden name because I've been trying.
You are allowed. So, it's allowed.
So if you hear me mention another name, just know that it's maiden
It's still
name.
the same person.
Yeah, it's the same person. So Kemi Olatunde, please tell us who Kemi Olatunde is. We would like our viewers to know.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here. Tokumbo, I'm indeed privileged that you invited me, to be on your program, Wordzone. God has been using you. I listened to a few of the, past editions, and I've been truly, truly blessed. So God will continue to enable you. It's an honor. There are so many people. Why do people want to listen to me of all people? So I give God the glory, and I also appreciate you as well. Kemi Olatunde, who is Kemi Olatunde? I'm what we call fashionpreneur. It's entrepreneur, but because it's along the fashion line, fashionpreneur. I'm a wife of a great man, daughter of God, Christ lover, prayer junkie, a mother of two wonderful children. So in a nutshell, that's who Kemi Olatunde is.
Wow, Kemi. I love that prayer junkie. When
Yes.
I grow up, I want to be like you.
I mean, prayer junkie, that's the word to use.
Oh,
That's the word to use.
nice. Kemi is very fashionable, very, very
Mm,
a
mm.
fashionista. From her glasses, you can tell. From her glasses, you can tell.
You're putting me on the spot.
No, but Kemi, that's you. Anybody that knows you knows that you like that. So
Yeah,
I'm not surprised that you went into fashion.
true.
I'm not surprised. So, one of the things that I like to talk about is our self-discovery journey. I've
Yes.
always known you, like I said, if anyone is joining just now, I've always known Kemi. Kemi and I were primary school mates. We've come a long way. We're in the same class.
A lot
We're
of times.
Yeah, in primary school, we're in the same
Yeah.
class. I remember those days when we finished from school. Sometimes we'll go home with Kemi. We'll go home with her.
Happy
Um,
times.
yeah, and oh my God, sweet memories of Mrs. Abiodo. That's your mom.
Yeah.
Very accommodating.
I knew at
Adults.
some point you were going to talk about this. I don't know why. I know that the Spirit of God is one. At some point, I said, Chokubo is going to talk about mommy at some point,
I
because
can't forget her because our
yeah,
doors were always open. Lots of children, your brothers will bring their friends, you will bring your friends, everybody will be there. How can I forget the lollies and I can't.
the puff puffs and the meat pies.
I know. I can't. She was an
we,
amazing
we,
woman.
we give God the glory. We
Yeah,
give God
and
the
you
glory.
were you were very into education. You were one of those children that, oh man, you went to school for what you were sent to do in school,
We thank God.
so say you go into fashion, I know that it
Yeah,
must be at some point a discovery for you that I think this is
my calling.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not,
Mm.
I know I went to the uni, but this is me. Could you share that with us, Kemi?
Yeah. Thank you, Tokumbo. Definitely, we all know that self-discovery, it's not a destination. It's definitely a journey. And in as much as we are still alive, we are all still discovering things that God actually wants us to do. So for me, yes, true, I didn't go to the university to study. I mean, there was no course like that. I mean, probably in a technical college or something. I studied insurance. And then when I graduated, almost immediately, I got married. And my husband and myself, we had a vision that I'm not going to go into the secular world of a 9 to 5 job. I'm going to be a homemaker coupled with an entrepreneur. I wouldn't want to stay home 24/7, but I wanted to be involved with, the growing process of my children. So we decided that, okay, you're not going to, go into a 9 to 5 job. So what is it that you're going to do? So I didn't start out being a fashion designer. No. So that's why I say self-discovery, it's actually a journey. And as the year progresses, you keep discovering more things about yourself that you want to go into. God keeps revealing, the reason, the essence of your being. I started out as a salon owner. I had a salon and a beauty spa, which I ran for a very, very long time. But along the line, fashion has always been calling my name because my mom was also a seamstress when she was alive. In short, they called them London trained seamstress because she actually trained in London. So that was like an accolade. It's like you being, somebody in a career line now, you say you have, something from Cambridge or something. Everybody's like, wow. So my mother was a London trained seamstress, and I grew up in a home whereby she was being creative. I saw her, working with customers' clothes and everything. So I had it at the back of my mind that, this is something I would love to do. But I didn't start out in fashion. Though I knew I wasn't going to, do a regular 9-to-5 job, but I started out by having a salon and a beauty spa. And at the same time, I was raising the children, a homemaker. I was there for them at every point that they needed me. And then along the line, I started, that passion. I would say the passion has always been there because I grew up seeing my mom. And then I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to a fashion school. Now, let me go back. I actually went to a fashion school because when I finished from the university, we weren't going to go on service immediately. Was one of those periods where, so I had the space of about 9 months or thereabouts. And I said, okay, instead of just staying at home, I'm going to go learn something. And because I already had a passion for fashion, though I had no idea I was going to go into it on this level. I went to a fashion school, Olaya Fashion School, somewhere in Surulere. And I think I did like a 1-year program of, intensive learning and everything. So, along the line, when I now decided that, okay, I wanted to go into this is actually calling my name. This is where my passion actually lies. And I already had like a background to fall on. I wasn't just a university graduate. I'd actually gone to a school whereby I learned how to cut, sew, and couple together and ensure that it sits well on my customer. So it's still a journey. I'm still in that journey. And we are progressing. So, it's something that, you keep evolving, you keep discovering, other things along the line that you can do, even though, right now I'm into fashion basically, but I know that as time moves on, probably more opportunities will open up that I'm going to grab and run with. So that's the history of how I got into the fashion designing, industry. By the way, I'm the creative director of Kimwa Fashion. It's a Lagos-based fashion house, but we cater for people all over the world. The world is a global village. So I would even say confidently, 70 to 80% of our client base are those abroad. So that's how we got into that.
Wow, that is so good. And I like what you said about you didn't just get into the fashion space. You were running a business. Then when you wanted to evolve into something bigger or something else, you had to go train.
Yes.
You didn't
Yes.
just say, oh, I've seen my mother do it. You had to get
Yes.
yourself trained. And just share a bit about that with us, because one of the things that this particular generation, one of the things that we are missing is process. You and I spoke, and I mentioned that I always like to emphasize process. And I think process is one of those things that we are going to really talk about here. Feel
Yes.
free at any time, just anything you think would bless our audience, just share with us. I don't ask personal questions.
Questions.
If
Okay.
you think you can share personal experience that's going to bless people that are listening to us, please go ahead and share. I want you to talk about that process of you not just
Process.
assuming that, oh, I
You'll be
know I have
successful
an
in
idea.
this. Okay. Yeah, true. Like I mentioned, I'm actually trained to do what I am doing. I didn't just look for an opportunity that is ready made, which I think this is what this generation actually lacks. They see the finished product of somebody else's life and they want to be that in a week. It doesn't happen like that. There is a process, there is an evolving process that makes the world now recognize you and see you. You have been in the baking room for such a long time.
Wow.
Before people will now discover you, before you are now known, depending on how well known you want to be. Though I'm in business, some of us still want to be a little bit private, but for some people, they want to be out there. Do you understand? But there is steps to everything. For instance, right now I'm into fashion. I went to the proper educational process. I got to know you in my primary school. I think we even went to the same nursery school, if I'm not forgetting. Primary, secondary, university, and then I've done several training in this particular line that I am now, which is the fashion industry. I went to a proper fashion school where I got trained for about 1 year. And then I served under someone for 2 years. When I tell people that, they're like, no, you're kidding. I said, no, I am not kidding. I served for 2 years, whereby I learned the business aspects of the fashion industry. You just don't jump into it, whereby I learned the, sorry for that break. So it's,
Hi, Fia, sorry about that. That's one of the hitch of technology. But I believe Kemi is going to be back on Wordzone tonight with me is Kemi Olatunde. Kemi Olatunde is a chief creative director of Kimoa Fashion House based in Lagos, but she caters for people all over the world. She is a fashion designer and she's good at what she does. So Kemi was just telling us about her. She was just telling us about her. I'm trying to admit Kemi back. It's okay, Kemi. That's fine. Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Apologies. Sorry for the slight glitch. So, like I was saying, that I went through the proper steps before I, now discovered that, okay, this is exactly what I want to be doing. And that would also, I can't talk about this without, going back to the main reason why we are all here, which is Christ. Before you can even determine exactly where you are going, you have to have that understanding that you didn't just come here because, God just wanted to fill the space, which is the world where we are. No, we are born for a reason. What is that reason? Why are you here? Why are you still living? It's not because you are beautiful or because you are eloquent, you can speak well, or no, there must be a reason why you are still here. You must find that purpose. And how can you find your purpose? You have to fall back on Christ. You have to fall back on Christ. You have to connect with the Holy Spirit, who is our helper here on earth, because Jesus isn't going to come down to sort you out. You have to connect with your Holy. So all along, like I mentioned initially, that it was a decision my husband and I took, that I wasn't going to do the secular thing. But it wasn't a decision we took out of our own intelligence. Definitely, we prayed together and we decided that, okay, Kemi, you stay home. He is more of the career inclined person, hardly home. So we decided, we didn't want the children growing up in an environment whereby it is other hands that are training them. So from the onset, we had seeked God's face. I think we didn't even have children then when I decided that, no, I'm not going to walk the regular thing. I'm going to do this thing so that I'll have my own personal time. So we have to connect to the Holy Spirit to actually tell us the direction that we are supposed to be towing, so that we are not living another person's life. In this generation, you find out that people are looking at another person's life and they want to be that person. You don't know their history.
No.
You don't know their story. You don't know what they have gone through.
True.
Personally, you don't know what I have also gone through to be where I am today.
Absolutely. That's so true.
So we should stop looking at the finished product and dig deeper, connect to Christ through the Holy Spirit, and ask God to open our eyes to see the real essence while we are here. I tell people, none of us
Hmm.
is a biological accident. No, we
Say
have a reason why we are here.
true.
And whatever that reason is, you must identify it and fly with it. You have
Yeah.
an assignment, whether you're working in the secular world, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a tailor, fashion designer, or whatever I decide to call myself, there is an assignment. There is a reason why I am here,
True.
So you must discover that. So that is still part of the process. You must be able to identify what is that thing, the reason why you are here.
Hmm.
And in the process of you discovering that, God revealing, your destiny to you, you hold on onto it and you fly. The thing is, this is the most important thing that you have to hold on to. I don't know who is listening to this,
Wow.
but don't just say, oh, Tokumbo is a pastor. She inspires people. I want to be like her. Definitely, she got a revelation
Hmm.
before she started doing what she's doing. Some
Absolutely.
people excel being caterers. Some excel being in the banking industries. Some are in the medical line.
Hmm.
So the most important thing is for us to go back
Hmm.
into our inner room, our prayer room, and ask God, why am I here? You
Hmm.
don't even have to work to fulfill purpose. I know so many wonderful women, they are homemakers, and they are fulfilling the purpose of God for their life. How impactful are you? That is the question I keep asking myself every day. Jesus Christ, when he was here, he was not working in the banking industry. He was not a doctor. Do you understand? But is in the history of mankind, he is the
Hmm.
most impactful person. Till date, we are still talking about him.
Hmm.
So, how impactful are you in that little space that you
Hmm.
have? We all have a mandate. Identify your mandate and run with it.
Come on.
Don't live in another person's shadow. No, that is not how the
Wow. Wow. Wow.
meant
Wow. Wow.
meant to be. So I think I've been able to, shed a bit of light on the road to where I am right now, discovering myself. I
Wow.
didn't just wake up and say I'm going to be a designer. No, it was a process. There are so many things, in that process that we
Yeah.
don't want to go into because we're going to sleep here. But it's definitely a process. And I also want to encourage people that starting with something and failing at it does not make you a failure.
Oh, absolutely. Say that
It's
again.
when you
Absolutely.
dwell in that space
Hmm.
and don't dust yourself up and say, you know what, I can do this. I also tell people nobody is going to cheer you on, especially in this present age and time. You have to be your own cheer.
Cheerleader.
Yeah. Else, you are going to remain where you are.
Hmm.
The irony of life is everybody has their own issues that they are dealing with. So I'm not going to put my own issues on the side and say I'm going to start running after somebody else's. So you must understand those major things and run with them. And, my belief is that once you are able to do this background checks and identify what you want to do with God on your side, you will be successful.
Oh, Kemi, that is so good. And I like what you said about stop living in somebody else's shadow. I think one of my friends, she heard that and in this 2021, and she just came to me. She said, that is me. That word is for me. So I'm sure she's on now. She's like, oh, I'm hearing it again. This must be a
Again.
confirmation.
Mm,
Most
mm,
of the
mm.
time, we want to pattern our lives after some people. It's good to have role models, but
Yes,
what I
mentors.
say,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to have mentors, but please don't lose yourself in
Yes.
trying to be like your mentor. Don't lose your authenticity because it's
Yes.
key. That is the real you.
Yes.
And don't try to fit into every space or every circle. It's not
True.
every circle that suits you. A friend of mine wrote just recently released a book. You're not everybody's cup of tea. You will not. You can't be everybody's friend. There are people who can't stand my guts, and it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's
But you know
fine.
the interesting thing? I thrive on haters. I
Yes,
thrive when I know that people don't like me. It's okay because that gives me the motivation to succeed. My
true.
mentor told me something one day. He said, make sure you answer your haters with your results. The
Yes.
best
That
answer for your
was
haters, I'm telling you, that's the best answer for your haters, your results. You keep at it, keep at what God has called you to do, and keep going. And Kemi, you said something. Please, before I go on to that, I just want to quickly let our audience know that when Kemi is saying Tokumbo, she's still referring to me, because
oh,
some people,
I am sorry.
it's
I
okay,
mean,
it's still
some
my name.
can't kick, you know.
Sorry, what
I
did
said
you say?
you can't kick some habits. You know, you got to be for donkey years. So I'm sorry.
So no, it's okay. It's still me. So when you hear us say Tokubo, it's still me. That's still my name. My name is Ola Tokubo. My name is Ola Rewaju. So it's still me. Don't like, who is she referring
Don't
to?
lose
Me.
focus. It's still the same girl.
Because most
Still
people here
the same
would
girl.
know me as Ola. So it's still me. Then Kemi, you were saying something about you seeing your mom, you know,
Yeah.
seeing your mom, and I know that your mom was a homemaker as well, and
True.
she was a business guru.
Yes. So to say, she was involved in every business I
She
can think
was a
about.
bit.
Oh my goodness.
So what is it safe to say that that seed was
Yes.
sown into you as a child?
Okay. Thank you, Olatokumbo. I stand correct.
Just don't worry, don't worry.
In my own in my culture, in my language, there is a saying that says, I'm going to translate it. I'm a Yoruba woman that says, "Owuti yabagbon lomo maron," which literally means that, a child would grow up living in the shadow of the mother. But I'm going to authoritatively say a child will grow up in the shadow of their parents. That's why it's a major struggle when you see people from broken homes, they struggle to stay in marriage. Some have been able to break the jinx, but it's just because that's what they saw growing up. So for a lot of people, that's why you find in families where daddies and mummies are doctors, if they
Mm,
have three kids, probably two will be doctors as well. If you have a family of lawyers, some children is a natural process. So maybe because my mother was also a business woman, major on home, she was a
making.
homemaker, you know,
Yes.
was involved with our lives, our friends, So, maybe that's why I also have this burning desire. Even before I married, I had a vision. I knew what I wanted to do because that's what I saw growing up. So
Mm,
I can't mention Kemi Olatunde now without reflecting
mm,
on my mom, though late, but we still tend to talk about her. All my friends know her. If you are my friend from way back, you must know my mom. She was, she was there with me in primary school, secondary school, university. Even when I got married, Olatokubo, my mom, she practically was living in my house till she left to be with God. So she has always been involved with, my that's my desire also for the children that God has blessed me with. I want to be their best friend. I want to know them. I want to, so that's part of another ministry that I am into.
mm,
I am an ordained deaconess of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and I've been in the children ministry for years. I have a passion for children because these children, that's the entity of the country where you are. Starting from the home to the society to the country to the world. So when people say there is a total breakdown of manners in the world, of good things in the world, it started from the home.
The home. True.
It started from the mother. The father right here, they are the major provider. Yes, they are also impactful, but the mothers, they are the ones that God has given that mandate to. Training a child, grooming a child is the role of the mother. There is no other way to it. So if we are looking for a generation that is after God's heart, then as a mother, in your own little corner, you must be able to do what you're supposed to do. That was what my mother did for me and for a lot of my friends and my siblings' friends as well. When we all come together, my siblings and their friends, maybe we have an event, half of the time at the event is about my mom, how my mom influenced this, how that, so in this generation, we have lost that. Everybody is on their own. I don't know when we became like this. And we're all just in our own, little spaces. That general feeling of, I don't
community.
know, community, yeah, growing up and everything. It's missing. Then, Tokumbo, when we were growing up, if your mom saw me doing something wrong, she can your mom, oh my goodness. When people say you are firebrand, you didn't drop from heaven. Your mom was a firebrand as well, even from her voice and mannerism, which, this is what you are also exhibiting now. So we don't fall so far from, our parents. No, we don't fall so far from them. They're there our formative years. So most times when we now grow up and we are adults, we tend to behave exactly like them. May God help us all to be good examples to our children so that they can lead us and take over.
Amen. Amen. Wow, that is so good. Thank you so much, Kemi. And honestly, I can't remember where I was sharing this, but I was saying to a group of women that, that season of do as I say, it doesn't work with this generation.
It doesn't.
It has to be do as I do. They need to see you living.
True.
You can't be saying, the kind of children that I have, they will even ask you, my son might not say anything, but the look on his face, you will know that it's like, really? But my daughter, my daughter will ask you that, but mom, you don't do that. So it has to be a do as I do. And we need to teach this generation. We really need to. One of the things that I do to my children is in trying to let them know that life is not about life is not a bed of roses.
Yeah.
And letting them know that, look, God is your provider.
True.
Not your parents.
True.
Your parents are just channels, but God is the main provider. And when I'm talking about parents now, I'm talking about mothers and fathers. And if for a reason one is a single parent, you're playing that role of both the father and the mother. Like Kemi was saying about the woman bringing up the child and nurturing and all that, I believe that is the role of both parents. But, the disposition of the woman, like when I want to talk to my boy, I can go at 1 a.m. and go and call, because that is how a woman is wired.
Wisdom.
Yeah, that's how a woman is wired. But the dad will say, listen, let me tell you this. Sometimes it might not work that way. It might not work that way. But what I'm trying to say is, for us parents, what I've done to my kids, I make sure they earn everything they want.
Yeah.
Not what they need. What they need, they supply. God supplies through us. But what they want, they earn it.
Yeah. That's a fantastic.
Yeah. If you want PS4, it's okay. You will earn the PS4. Because even me, I have to go and earn money to buy the PS4. So you will
Yeah.
have to earn the PS4, and you will see, because they know that they have to earn it. They already know there is a process. So I'm teaching them process.
True.
And that's something that we need to teach our children. Don't worry, Wordzone is of every flavor. So somebody is coming here and saying, is this about children? Every flavor is on Wordzone. So, we need to start teaching our generation how to understand that life is a process.
True.
Life is a process. I didn't get here today. I've been in ministry since 1998.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's
I've been in ministry. See, in fact, 1997, I've been in ministry.
wow.
I've served as a church secretary. I've
Um,
served as an usher, head of choir, drama, assistant HOD drama. So I've been around for a while. I've been pastor's PA, different roles in the church. I've been around. But sometimes when people come and they just tell you stuff and you be like, really?
mhm.
People just want to become all of a sudden.
True.
Know that God is more interested in who you become,
Yes.
character, than what you become.
True.
It's about you. That's what God is interested in. And Kemi,
Yes.
you said something very, very profound. I don't know if I got this right. After you had your spa, your salon,
Yes.
you
Mhm.
now went for the training
No.
at the
No.
fashion school.
You mixed it up.
Okay.
The moment I graduated,
Mm-hmm.
I'd missed the
Yeah. You went for the training.
so I had time on my hand. The next service was going to be in about 9 months or thereabouts. So I'd gone for the fashion school training then.
Mm-hmm.
But even though I had that knowledge in
Mm-hmm.
my, I didn't, start on with it.
Mm.
And
Okay.
let me tell you the reason why. Because there is always a reason to every decision and action that we take.
Mm.
Oh, when I now finished serving, I served, and I had a job, and they were even going to retain me in an insurance company. But because we had already decided that, no, you're not going to go that line, I decided that, okay, let's, in my area, let me look for one of the best designers there and start, a mentoring program with her. And God so blessed me. The lady, she owns a fashion house, DDV,
Mm.
fantastic designer. I even think she's better than me. Anyway, she's my boss, you know. And I served her. And while I was serving,
Mm.
um, I got pregnant
Mm.
and I went away to have my baby. Now, when I was away, because I was away for about 5 months, a new building at a very strategic location was built, and they now turned it into like a plaza for business. And my husband was so excited, he got me a space in that building. On my arrival back in Nigeria, because I'd actually bought machines to start this fashion business years ago, because it was something I went for the training for.
Yeah.
And then I got pregnant, and then we just stored in the machine. So when he got the shop, all we were talking about was, when you come back to Nigeria, you start your fashion house. You start your fashion house. The day I arrived back to Nigeria, I won't forget this. The first person I called was my mentor in the fashion industry, because she's also a very fantastic friend and senior person to me. So I called her, Auntie, I'm back. She said, when? I said, I just got. I said, okay, I'm coming. I said, Auntie, wait, before you even come. I'm going to start my fashion business. My husband got me a space. He said, oh, fantastic, where? So I started describing. I didn't even know the place, but I started describing it based on the description my husband gave me. So I noticed that she went quiet. And I'm like, Auntie, are you still there? I said, oh, yes, she's there. So, she said, is it, I should ask my husband if it is also person's building. I said, okay, when he comes, I will ask him. So when my husband came, I said, is this also person's business? He said, yes, right at the junction. I called her back. I said, Auntie, yes. So they said it's also, she said, I got a space there too. I was shocked. Let me tell you why. Because when she took me on, like you mentioned, I've always been a fashionable person. So when she employed me, when our friends come around and they see me, they say, why did you employ this one? I mean, that was how people were relating to, I mean, in my regards, Iboloti, why did you employ her? And she's like, why? They say, this one just came to steal all your customers. She's just here to understudy you and pack all your tailors. She's just, people just began to sow seed of, distrust, bitterness within her. But thank God she wasn't like that, because she still taught me everything she needed to teach me. She took me through that process. In short, when I was with her, I was basically running the business for her. And when she told me that she also got a space in the same place, I knew I couldn't do the fashion business there, because that will just be bringing what our friends
the confirmation
to life.
Hmm.
Was devastated. And my husband saw, he said, Kemi, we can't do this, because this will just be paying this woman back. Because same building, she was on the first floor, I was downstairs, same line, we'll be doing the same business. In short, people will see my own stuff before they see my own. So my husband said, okay, so what are we going to do? I've paid for 2 years. What else can you do? I started praying. And then I just moved into that environment. And I struggled finding a good place to get my hair, nails, skin, and whatever it is done. I went to the first one, it was none. I didn't like it. The second one, it was the same thing. I had to travel out of that community to another community to get whatever I needed done well. So it just dawned on me.
Wow,
and said,
light
yes,
bulb.
like that was it. I was excited. I started running with it. And let me tell you, it was a huge success.
Wow.
Most people that know me today don't even know me by my fashion house. No.
Wow.
Everybody in Beauty Basics, which was the name of my salon.
Wow.
So when I now told her that, so I knew in her own space as well, she was devastated, she was upset, but she couldn't tell me it was my money. It was, you can't you can't tell me what to do with my space. But when I now, after a while, I now went to meet her and said, Auntie, okay, I'm going to put the fashion thing on hold and I'm going to do a salon. Wow. I could see a change in her disposition.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was what brought about, that journey into the hair and beauty world before I now came back to the original passion.
Wow.
So it has been a journey.
Wow, that was a huge sacrifice.
It was. I have to, because let me tell you, most of the equipment we bought for the fashion house, when we were now ready, about 10 or 15 years later, we couldn't use them. They had gone bad. You can't keep equipment for years. But it was something we did. I'm happy, it was a decision we took, because that would have poisoned our mind to helping other people. And she was such a great mentor to me and other people as they've passed through her as well. And I'm sure anywhere in the world, she would say, they would also say, confidently that, this woman shaped my, fashion and the success I have today. And you can imagine if I had made that wrong decision, it would have blocked ways for maybe another 10, 15 women that would have inspired another 10, 15 women. So it's like you know, the own line of generation just because you wanted to do your own will. So in all, we must walk with God's will.
Wow.
Must seek his face at all times.
Kemi, that's so impressive because that's huge. That is huge. You made a huge sacrifice, all in the name of securing that relationship.
Yes,
That
yes.
it was for you. It was not about the business. It was not about what am I going to get from this business. It was about your relationship. You made sure that look, this relationship is more important to me
Yes.
than what I would have gained if I
True.
started the business. And that was so good.
True.
Man, I salute you and your husband for that
It,
decision.
it,
That
it
is
is
so,
well. Bless God. I mean, it was
no,
God. It has been
that's
God.
good. That's
It's
good.
been God all the way. It's been
Yeah.
God.
Wow, wow, wow. Kevin, this has been a very, very interesting episode. And
I've
thank
had
God.
fun as well.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God this is the first one. This is my first day back since 2021. And
Wow.
if you're watching us, thank you for joining us today. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see how you can partner with me, because I really want to grow this channel. So if you want to come on that journey with me, please let me know. Send me a message. Honestly, I have fantastic package for people who are interested in partnering with me to ensure this grows. I really want to make this grow. So subscribe, press the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post my videos. And then every Sunday, 7 p.m., I'm going to be bringing different people from different spheres of life to just come and empower, inspire you to be all that God has created you to be. So going back to you, Kemi,
Yes.
now that you are the creative director, you're doing so well. I remember one day when I called you and we're talking about making dresses for me, but the logistics of how I was gonna, I think it was almost, that was last year, early last
Was it last year? I think.
year,
Or about
early last year, before I went to Ghana,
yeah.
because I was gonna go to Ghana. So I was now talking to you, but the logistics of how to, I think it was too close. I needed it too close to when I told you. And I know that you're doing a lot. I see a lot of your designs and I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
fantastic.
That's good.
So how do you come up with the designs? How do you get inspired? What inspires you to come up with all of these designs?
To be honest, fashion is a circle. It's just a circle. Whatever you see us making today, if you're a fashion student and you go into the archives, they probably won it like 100 years ago or thereabouts. Though you can get inspired and tweak it around and change one or two things, around that particular style. And then for someone like me,
Mm,
I'm your regular designer.
mm,
No, I'm not your regular designer. Aside the fact that I want to ensure that you look good, I I am also passionate
mm,
about how we put your outfits together to portray my belief. That is
mm,
just some have come to me and I tell them they want to expose certain parts of their body, and I'm like, we don't do that. They would go. God will bring your own. A lot of my friends says, Kemi, don't bring ministry into your work. I say, well, you can't separate us. You can't separate my job from who I am, or
mm,
from what I want people to see. So I'm a designer that is all about decency. I can give you outfits that will make you steal the show, but you will still be decent. So I'm very high on that. I'm very high on decency. I don't do designs that you will see and you're wondering, oh my God, this person is almost naked. That is not me. Everything inspires me. But another thing is my client's body type.
mm,
Don't do copy and paste. In recent times, if you are somebody that is very, familiar with the social media vibe and everything, there is something they call what I ordered versus what I got.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So if you're size 24,
Alibaba.
you want me to order something that a size 8 is wearing, and you want me to do the magic, I can't. So I'm also very high on working with my client structure and giving you the best that will suit your body type, your age, and, as I said, decency. I'm very high on decency. If you visit my Instagram page, you'll be amazed that, yeah, we have a lot of clients that are also very high on things like this. I want to come to your store. I mean, I'm just saying that people come to my store and I say, Kimwa, I have fat belly. What are we going to do? I say, well, we're going to try and create peplum or something to cover that area so that, you still look glam. So that's how I work. I get inspired, with, colors excites me, fabrics excites me. Sometimes I might be sleeping, my design, my sketching pad is always beside me. I could be watching TV and I see something I like, I scribble it down and I bring it to life. So that's how I get inspired. And, that's how I do my work.
Well, you said something about age. What has age got to do with it?
Okay, age in the sense that what 15-year-olds are wearing, a woman of 50 will not wear it and look nice. That's where I come in terms of age. As we grow, it's also part of evolving. Maybe when we're growing, maybe in this generation now, this age, they wear skin tight clothes. Am I going to wear skin tight clothes? I'll look like a clown. Some are lucky in their 50s, their bodies are still tight. But I mean, a higher percentage of women, as they grow, they begin to have areas of God's blessing. I call it God's blessing. It is not against you. If you embrace it, you will fly and you will look equally nice. You will walk into events and people will say, oh my goodness, who is that just came in? That is what we give you at Kimwa Fashions.
Come
So I'm not.
on.
I hear blow my trumpets. Nobody's going to do
Yeah,
that for
you better blow it before it gets rust. Blow
so
it. So,
that's where the age factor comes into, and let me say another thing that I always tell my clients. I think the world has lost its value, and you have even women in their 50s and 60s trying to be like young girls in their 20s, and why do you want to be like them? They should be looking up to you and say, yes, when I am 40, I want to be like that person, because you are wonderfully created by God. And at every point in and stage in your life, the way you put together what God has given you will make you a showstopper. That's what we are about.
hey, go share. That's so good. I like that showstopper. That is so nice. Thank you so much. So, where can they find you if they want to?
Okay. I'm very huge on Instagram. My website isn't running right now. We've got some challenges, with it. But they can find me on Instagram at Kimwa Fashions, and the Kimwa is KEEMOA, and then fashions with an S behind it. We've got beautiful and wonderful styles on there. Also on Facebook, we are also known as Kimwa Fashion. We are in Lagos, Anthony Village to be precise. So if you go online and just put in our the name, you're good. I mean, our address is going to pop up, and you can always, chat with us, even if you can't come, wherever you are in the world, Dublin, Ireland, London, America. We cater for people all over the world,
Yeah.
and outfits done and shipped out to you, and that's it. That's where you can find us.
Wow, that is so nice. So, Kemi, tell us now that we are rounding off. So, what message do you want to leave with the people watching us, or the people who are going to watch us later?
Yeah.
What would you like to tell them?
I would like for people to know that we've been talking about discovery, evolving, finding your purpose. Where are you? What does God created you to be? And that's been the bulk of our discussion. And I want them to know that like I said initially, dig deep. Sit down and find out what is that thing that gives you the most joy. Most times our passion can be turned into a business making thing. And most times when you look at it, that thing that you're doing, that you are smiling, most times it's tied to your passion in life. Quick one, I was talking to someone yesterday, and this is someone that has been, moody, and he said he's at his happiest when he's entertaining people, when he's got people around him, when everybody around him is happy. That is the peak of his happiness. So he has decided maybe he should go into like a restaurant thing where people are coming and he's giving them joy. So when you look at those things that make you smile, for instance, when I see people that are well put together, well dressed, if I walk into a store, it's like you've taken me into, I'm talking about a fashion store. It's like you've taken me into a candy store. It gives me joy. I like to dress and dress well. Do you understand? So most times, the things that you enjoy doing, for Pastor Ola, I'm sure when you are preaching and giving and mentoring women, it gives you joy.
Yeah.
So you have covered yourself. Don't allow the events of life to overtake your purpose. Like I mentioned initially, when you fall down, pick yourself up.
Absolutely.
A journey for me. I wanted to go into fashion. I had to go into a salon. I did the salon thing. Some people will ask me, Kemi, why did you close the salon? It wasn't what I wanted to do. But in another 5 years, I can decide that, okay, now I've established myself in this. I want to go back to this. So don't don't live your life escorting others to their purpose. Find your own purpose.
Wow.
And find it quickly. Please let us, connect to God.
Before you go, woman of God, how do you escort others? Because that one is a bomb. You are shaking tables.
Other people to their purpose. When you try to live in another person's shadow.
That's true. That's true. I know. I just wanted you to break it down.
I understand
because that one is scattering of tables.
The amazing thing is that majority of people, not only women, men, all over the world, that is what they are doing. Now, don't mistake it to having a mentor. No. It's not the same thing.
No,
a mentor is supposed to help you through different stages in life.
Absolutely.
But when you are down, you connect to them, they lift you up. You can also look at someone and say, this person is going to be my mentor because the person is successful. So they tell you the steps to success, the secrets to success. But please don't live another person's life based on what you see. People will only show their best sides to the world. If I want to take a picture for Instagram, I'm not going to take a picture that will show my flaws. I know my angles.
Hey, oh shit.
So if I turn an angle to you now, you say, yay, oh my God, this is the best looking person I have seen. If you see that person in real life, you can run. So it is all about you understanding, and don't be intimidated. That is something else I am very passionate about. Don't look at what is exposed out there and you think that person is more successful. They will take your space in a minute if they have the opportunity.
Oh my God.
Life is the best, especially when you are living it in God's purpose.
Oshe, thank you.
And another thing, God's purpose is the most fulfilling. It might not be the most rewarding. Don't mistake God's purpose for your life to excessive wealth. No, it is not the same thing. But you will be fulfilled. You will be happy. You will be provided for. And you will be running with that purpose.
mm.
So that's
Wow,
what
wow, wow. You know, you said God's purpose.
Yeah.
No, you said something now. You said God's purpose is
Yes.
fulfilling. It might not be rewarding. And that rewarding you're talking about, it's in the measurement of what the world,
Well,
yeah,
maybe I shouldn't
how
have
the
said
world, yeah, how
what
the world
it will
measures
be
reward.
rewarding, but you probably will not have. In recent times on the internet, we've seen some people displaying, huge amounts of dollar notes. Why?
It might not be material. You can't measure God's reward by
Yes,
materialism.
by the flashy things of the world.
No,
No.
no.
Some people have it. I know people that are living the purpose of God. They have all these things, but you can't even see it.
Mm.
And I learned this a long time ago. The richest person I know in Nigeria, if he enters into your space, you won't even look at him twice. Because gone are the days where wealth is measured by your fat belly. No, this man is in the gym 24/7. He doesn't even allow you to call him uncle or brother. No, he says, call me by my first name. And because he remains humble, he is lifted at all times.
Wow. Wow.
And wherever you are, you might not even be at that peak of your purpose, because I said it is a journey. And
Mm.
until the day we take our last breath, that is the day we keep evolving. That is the last day. That is the end of it. But it is a process. I'm sure
Mm.
that within another 5 years, you are going to be on a larger platform. Do
Amen.
bigger and better things. And when you look back, you say, indeed, this was a journey. It did not start. Rome wasn't built in one day. But another key thing that has helped me as a person, a business person, and my complete entity as I am, is to be thankful at
Mm.
every stage. Even if you are down, be thankful. If you are up, be thankful. If you are in that process, be thankful. Never lose sight of always giving thanks, returning it back, neither by your power nor by your minds. It is
Mm.
just by his mercy, his grace that.
Grace. Wow, wow. Thank you so much. That was just a perfect way to end the show. Thank you so much, Kemi Olatunde. We're so grateful to have you. And it's been an amazing, amazing 1 hour with you. It's been fantastic. You've taught us a lot of things. You so emphasized finding your purpose in God. Don't be intimidated by other people's successes because they only show you what they want you to see. Don't be
Yeah,
intimidated. Life is a journey. Know that your life is, you're here to complement others. You're not here to compete. You're on your lane by yourself.
true.
And honestly, it's such a pleasure, Kemi. And I hope someday we'll do this again
Definitely.
on that
Definitely.
larger
God,
scale.
oh, yes. We are not
Yeah.
Pastor Ola, we're flying. God,
Yes.
it's been,
God has brought us thus
yeah,
far and He will
yeah.
sustain us. He will
I'm
keep us.
so blessed as well. And I want to encourage people to subscribe to your channel.
They have to.
Just did mine a few days ago, and I have been blessed. I
Wow.
blessed. You don't have to have 1 million followers to be a blessing.
No.
You just need to connect where it is right. And I
Hmm.
can tell people it is right here. Thank
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
thank God.
Guys, thank you for staying on. I'm sure my husband is watching as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you, husband, for the late dinner. Thank you so much. So I hope
But
to see
our
everyone.
husbands are blessings. Yeah,
They
true.
are blessings, oh, my husband. They are blessings, and our children as well.
Yes,
So,
yes.
guys, please subscribe, like, share this video. Go ahead and share the video. And also, don't forget, you can join my Wordzone Stars. That's the tribe for if you want to support this. And I'm not talking about financial support, because sometimes we Black people, when we hear support, what we think about is financial. It's not financial support. If you want us to grow this channel together, just get in touch with me and I will see you. I will let you know how we're going to run things. Okay, so we'll see you again next week, Sunday. I'm going to be speaking to another friend on Sunday next week, and it's going to be a fantastic one. Sunday is Valentine's Day, so yeah,
Love. Yeah.
love in the air. All right, thank you so much, everyone, and God bless you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Yeah, bye.